All right, and as you make your way to your seat, if you will, and I'll say position your block to your height to a comfortable position. So for me, I like the medium height of my block, and I like it wide ways because I can really nicely put my feet up on there and then get really comfortable. But if you're taller, the taller setting or the shorter setting might feel good on the block. So if it feels interesting to start, put the yoga block under your feet and then scoot your bum back just enough so that you can lean your back into the back of the chair. And we don't want our legs to have to work too hard. So if you're up there on like the tallest setting and you can't, like your legs are just wobbling, set it a little bit lower. Find a place where you don't have to work too hard. And then once you found your way there, just take a moment, let your breath come in at a nice, slow and even pace. Take a nice, good intentional breath and just set that good intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything that would cause your mind or your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. With that intention set, you're going to start little baby windshield wipers with the knees. And it's not even really about what the knees and the thigh bones and the hip socket are doing, though you might get a little movement there. It's a little bit more about that squishy, gentle movement across your yoga block connected to your feet. So depending on how you've positioned your yoga block, hopefully maybe just an edge here and an edge there finds your feet. And it's just getting a little gentle, squishy, squishy myofascial release on the bottom of the feet. It should be very light. All right, one more little squishy roll across the bottom of the feet, and then you're just going to sit yourself forward. And hopefully here you'll be able to keep your feet connected to the block. And you're just going to kind of compress yourself into a little child's pose position. So your heels are maybe slightly behind your knees. You're folded over toward your feet. It doesn't matter if you can touch your feet. Go for the gentle form of compression that makes sense, where you still can breathe comfortably. And then once you've got your way there, take a moment to notice your breath. Breathe in nice and slow and deep. And exhale even slower if you can. Go for about 3 more cycles of breath. And with each of these last cycles of breath, see if you can just let that breath nudge and open up space in the back of your body. Take one more cycle of breath. And then come up slowly, catching hold of the knees. And if you can, you'll keep your feet elevated on the yoga block if it feels comfortable. If it feels too wiggly, you'll put your feet down on the ground solidly. But we're going to take it right into cat-cow. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin. And as you exhale, round your back. And then just shoot for a nice soft range of motion, so it feels like you're lubricating the spine, getting a nice soft gliding motion through the muscles in the back. Nothing extreme, and just kind of notice the depth of your breath as you go. Now, assuming it feels safe and comfortable, as you take your cat cows, you're going to add that little bit of a knee lift. So you're going to inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest, lift your chin. And as you exhale, you're going to pick one knee up and round and just adjust it so that it feels like you can move against that block underneath your feet. It does not need to be fast, and you want to secure your feet on the block before you get that nice lift of the opposite knee. So go slow, take your time. Inhale as you lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. Exhale as you gently pull one knee up and get a little tuck and round. Take one more time through or even yourself out. And then the next time both feet are connected to the block, walk them out just wide enough so they feel like they're just really kind of holding that block in place. And then rotate into a soft and gentle twist. Twist to one side. Once you're in that twisted position, think about inviting a softness into your abdominal muscles, a softness into your back muscles, a softness even into your shoulder and your jaw. Take a nice generous breath, fill your rib cage up. One more breath. And then on your next inhalation, come through center. As you exhale, twist to the other side. And then once you found just that slight sense of a twisted position, soften into it. Soften your abdominal muscles, soften the muscles in your back as much as you can, soften your shoulders, soften your jaw. On your next inhalation, come back through center. And now we're going to step our feet off of the block, but we're going to go for a slightly wide stance. So if your block was positioned so it's kind of in that medium or skinny setting, make it a little bit wider in the space between your legs. And then we're going to go tapping the opposite corner of the block. So we're going to keep that nice wide position with the legs. You're going to take your foot and you're just going to try to find that opposite corner of the mat. So you get a little external rotation, but it's a little bit of a controlled external rotation. A little bit of work in the adductors. All right, now the left foot's going to come across the middle of the block. Think blade edge is going to find the block. You're going to make your foot nice and sturdy. So get a little spread of your toes, get that leg in external rotation, and then 3 little micro leans forward. So you're just going to lean forward just a touch and then come back up. And the whole entire time, we're just going to keep that foot a little bit solid so the ankle doesn't buckle and it doesn't feel wiggly down at the ankle joint. Lean your heart forward just a touch, come right back up, and then do it one more time. Lean your heart forward just a touch. Come right back up and then hop that leg off of the block, take it over to the other side. Bring your foot into the middle of the block, blade edge on, and then solidify that foot. Once it's feeling pretty good and solid, lean your heart forward just a touch and then come back up. Lean your heart forward just a touch. Come back up. Lean your heart forward just a touch. Come back up and then hop that leg off. Grab your yoga block, and now we're going to adjust the yoga block so it goes tall setting. So you're going to hold it in that nice little funky grip where it's in the tall setting, and you're just going to reach down like you're just trying to tap the ground with that block and then come back up. And then reach down, tap the block. Come back up. Reach down, tap the block. Come back up, and this time we're going to reach down, touch the block. Get a nice solid point where you can land there. Take your other arm, reach it up and over, and then we're going to do 3 side stretches, adding a little bit of oomph into it. So reach up and over, get that little bit of effort, and then soften and reduce that effort. And then reach up and over, get a little bit of effort, soften out of that effort. One more time, reach up and over, soften the effort, and see if you can grip those side body muscles. Pick that yoga block up, pass it up and over your head, just a little reach to the shoulders, and then take that block into the other hand and then do that little touch. Tap the block to the ground and then come back up. Tap the block to the ground, come back up, tap the block to the ground, come back up. Now tap the block to the ground, stay there, get a good solid touch point where you feel sturdy with that block underneath you. Reach your arm up, get a little effort in that big reach, and then soften the effort a little bit. Reach up and over, get a little effort. Soften the effort just enough. Reach up and over, get that little bit of effort. Soften up that effort, and then use your side body muscles. Lift up, grab that block, medium setting between the knees. Put that block between your knees, and then just a gentle push. You're going to think thigh master, like you're trying to squish that block, but almost as if you're trying to only squish it just a little bit. So push your knees gently into the block where you feel that first little initial contraction in your thigh muscles. You feel like the outer thighs are doing just that touch of work. Keep that little frame so it's a slight sense of tension, and then shoulders down and back. Tick-tock your head from side to side. One more tick tuck of the head from side to side like this, and then we're just going to reshape it just slightly. So come to center. Now double tuck, push that chin down and back and try to maintain that little double tuck of the chin. Come back to the tick tuck of your head. One more tick tock of your head from side to side, and then bring your head to center. Grab that yoga block. We're going to go yoga block tall setting, nice and wide to the outside. So we're going to do that the big hop. So you're going to take that left leg and it's just going to hop to the ground and hop to the block. And then if that height is no good, if your hip flexors are like, that's not the work for me today, you'll lower it. You'll put it in a position that makes the most sense where you can get a little bit of that abduction work, stepping out nice and wide, and then that nice gentle bit of hip flexor work, but make sure it feels comfortable. Go for about 3 more hops on this side. Now we'll come back to this work later on after we get our sun salutations going on. But for right now, grab that block, pass it over to the other side. Go for that nice wide position. Adjust it. Everybody's legs might look different one side compared to the other. So you're going to start to see where the work lands and then adjust so that it makes the most sense. Awesome. Take one more hop of that leg and then both feet nice and solid on the ground, mountain pose. Press gently down into your feet, sit up nice and tall, let your hands come down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, gather your hands through heart center, let your hands come down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, gather your hands through heart center, let your hands come down at your sides. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, gather your hands through heart center, let your hands come down at your sides, and then we'll take it a little bit further. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, lift your heart, fold toward your feet. Doesn't matter if you can touch your feet. Inhale to a half fold, bring just a little bit of lift, length, and strength into the back body, and then soften back down, roll up through the spine. Think one gentle vertebrae at a time, just a nice little soft rolling motion. Roll your shoulders up to your ears, around, out, and back, and then find that mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, lift your heart, fold toward your feet. Inhale to half fold. Exhale to soften back down, roll up through the spine. Take your time. Soft roll. It doesn't need to be extreme. Just find that softness. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, around, down, and back. And then we'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold toward your feet. Inhale to half fold. Exhale to soften down, roll up through the spine. A nice soft roll, doesn't need to be extreme. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, around, down, and back, right into mountain pose. And now we're going to take it into our sun salutation to each side. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to soften just a little bit. Right hand to the left knee, left hand reaches behind for a twist. Bring that hand back in, catch hold of your knee, bring your knee towards your chest, bring your nose towards your knee. Keep that knee slightly towards the chest. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. And then soften right out of it. Release the foot, release the chin, float right back into your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, lift your heart and fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right knee, right hand reaches behind for a twist. Bring that hand back in, catch hold of your knee. Bring your knee towards your chest, bring your nose towards your knee. Keep the knee slightly towards the chest, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your foot, release your chin, float right into your mountain pose. Now we're going to pick up the pace just a touch. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to soften. Right hand over to the left knee, left hand reaches behind for a twist. Bring that hand back in, catch hold of your knee, bring your knee towards your chest, bring your nose towards your knee. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your foot and chin, float that leg down into your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand to the right knee, right hand reaches back for a twist. Bring that hand back in, catch hold of your knee. Bring your knee towards your chest, bring your nose towards your knee. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your foot, release your chin. And now we're going to go into a lunging position. So where you choose to go, whether you go sliding over to one side of your chair or spin yourself around, it's going to be kind of like, what does your chair do and how can you get comfortable in your chair? So I'm going to start with just the side view. So we're going to get one leg in a forward bent position, and then one leg is going to try to slide back as much as it can comfortably go. So that could be soft. It could be really soft. So you're going to find a lunging position, your lunge. Your lunge is going to look like your lunge. Once you found that little bit of a lunge position, we're going to inhale, arms up and look up. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to open into a twist towards that back leg. So you're going to rotate to the side where the leg is back. And then inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. And then exhale, you're going to fold like you're going to tie your shoes. So you're just going to fold like you're just going to reach down towards that front bent knee, touch toes or touch whatever you can, and then lift it right back up. Exhale, open back up into that twist, twisting towards that back leg. Inhale to come up. Exhale to fold towards that foot. Does not matter if you can touch the foot. We're just folding over that front thigh and then lifting right back up. Beautiful. Exhale, open up into twist. Inhale to come through center. Exhale, fold towards the foot. Lift yourself back up and then hang out here in this lunge position with your arms up. Little tuck of the bum if you've got a feeling where you can get that little extra stretch through the front pocket of the jeans. Lift your chest and then think looking over a high wall. So get that upward lifting energy. Look over that high wall. Take a nice big breath. Soften everything nice and slow. Sweep that leg in a way that makes good sense. Spin around so you get a little bit of swivelly action so you can readjust. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So whether you go sideways on your chair or side saddle on your chair, find your way into that next lunge position. One side lunge might look different from the other. So get into your lunge in a comfortable way. Make sure you feel sturdy in your chair. Once you've got your way there, lift your arms, lift up, look up. As you exhale, open into a twist, twisting towards that back extended leg. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over that front bent leg as much as feels comfortable to go. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, rotate and twist. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, open into a twist. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over that front leg, and then we're going to lift up, and then you're going to just to get that little adjustment where you can find it. So maybe for some of us, that tuck of the bum, just a touch, so it brings that little extra space through that front pocket of the jeans, and then lift your chest, lift your chin, look over the high wall, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Softly release. Take your time. Swivel everything around. Bring that leg in. Take a second to give it all a good swish, swish, swish. And then once you've given it that good swish, 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 we're going to grab that yoga block and we're going to come back out to that wide setting. So nice and wide and nice and tall. And you're going to see if you can just get that leg to hop up onto your block. So we've got a slight bit of abduction and a slight external rotation. Now we're going to take same hand, same foot, and you're just going to see if you can touch your pinky toe. And then you're going to come back up and reach that hand up to the sky. And then you're going to see if you can touch your pinky toe. And then reach your hand up to the sky. Touch the pinky toe. This time stay there and think leverage against the knee so that that bottom rib cage pulls forward a little bit and that top shoulder draws back. And then turn your head, look up towards the sky. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Slow unwind. Take your time. Lift up and out of that gentle fold. Help lift that leg up and off, and then grab your yoga block, put it over to the other side. Get into that tall setting where that width feels appropriate and roughly symmetrical to where you were on the other side. Hop that foot onto the block. Once you feel like you're comfortable there, take that hand, touch your pinky finger, reach that hand up to the sky. Touch the pinky finger, pinky toe. Reach your hand up to the sky. Touch your pinky toe. Reach up to the sky, and then this time touch and stay there. And then once you've got that nice touch point, bottom of the rib cage pulls forward, top shoulder draws back, turn your head, look up towards the sky, take a nice big breath. Nice, slow, gentle release. Take your time as you come out of that twist and fold. Grab that leg, help hop it off. Now we're going to take the yoga block and it's going to come to the inside. You're going to go low setting inside of your foot. So butt it up against that inside of your right ankle. And then once you've got your way there, we're going to take the left leg into a low baby figure 4 shape. And we're going to keep that ankle nice and solid. So put a little bit of stiffness to the foot. And then once you've got that little stiffness to the foot, 3 heart folds forward. Lean your chest forward just enough. And then come back up with a nice strong back. Beautiful. Lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up nice and strong. Lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up nice and strong. And then we're going to hop that leg off so we can flip the block to medium height. So now you're just going to flip it up so it gets a little bit taller. Hop that foot back up onto the yoga block. Keep the foot and the ankle nice and solid once you've got your way there. And as we adjust and we go up, it might feel like you need to stay in a lower setting. So you're going to always adjust it in a way that makes good sense. Lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up nice and slow. Lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up nice and slow. Lean your heart forward, stay there, take an extra cycle of breath. Awesome, lift up nice and slow, hop that leg off the block. Now flip your yoga block to the tallest setting. Once you've got that yoga block on tall setting, hop that foot back up, stabilize your ankle, stabilize your foot. If you got into the tall setting, you're like, that's not for this side, you'll put it back to a lower setting. Once you feel pretty good about the work, lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up nice and slow. Lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up nice and slow. Lean your heart forward just enough. Stay there. Take an extra cycle of breath. Lift from the top of your head. Let your heart follow. You're going to rotate your heart just a touch towards that bent knee, and you're going to take that knee and just wiggle it in and out just a little bit. And more like your hands are doing the work than your leg is doing the work. Nice. And then once you've wiggled that leg in and out just enough, pick that leg up and off, step it out nice and wide, move your yoga block over to the other foot, but lower it down to that lowest setting. Once you've got your way there, the other foot's going to hop in and it's going to come into that figure 4 shape. Get that foot nice and solid, get your ankle nice and solid, lean your heart forward just a little bit. And then you'll micro adjust as you go. So you want to make sure you feel good and stable in your position, adjust your block, adjust your legs, lean forward, come back up, lean forward, come back up. All right, hop that leg off, switch the yoga block to medium height. Once you've got that yoga block on medium height, kick that foot right back up, get that foot nice and solid, keep the ankle nice and solid, hinge forward just enough. Come back up slow and controlled. Lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up slow and controlled. Lean your heart forward just enough. Stay there, take an extra breath. Come back up nice and slow. Help lift that leg up and off. Now set your yoga block to the tallest setting if that feels available. Once you've got that tall setting, hop that foot onto the block, solid foot, solid ankle. Once you've got your way there, lean your heart forward just enough. Come back up slow and controlled. Adjust anything you need to along the way. Lean your heart forward nice and slow. Come back up with good control. Lean your heart forward. Come back up, and then this time we're going to lean forward, stay there, take an extra cycle of breath. Awesome. Come up nice and slow. Slight rotation towards that bent knee, and then use your hands, move that knee in and out just a little bit. Wonderful. One more little wiggle of that knee in and out, and then help lift that leg up and off. Pass your yoga block over to the side just to clear your space, and then find your mountain pose again with your butt nice and solid in the chair, feet nice and solid on the ground, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. We're going to go into a twist. So as you exhale, twist to the left, rotate, take a nice big breath. Inhale, both arms up, come through center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, both arms up. Find the chair, a little touch point, lean over, get a little side body stretch. Come right up and out of that side body stretch, both arms up, and then we switch it to the other side. Get your hand hold, lean over just a little bit. Come back up through center, both arms up, and then this time we're going to take a forward fold. So as you exhale, fold towards your feet. Inhale to half fold. Exhale to soften down. Right hand to the left knee. Left hand reaches back for a twist. Look your eyes to that back hand. Find that drishti, that focused gaze. Take a breath there. Bring that hand back in slow and controlled. Catch hold of your knee. Bring your knee towards your chest. Bring your nose towards your knee. Keep the knee towards the chest. Lift your chin and then take that knee and use your hands. Draw some gentle circles. Circle in one direction. Draw some gentle circles. Go the other way. One more gentle circle, and then think flossing the hamstring. So you're going to re-grab underneath the back of the thigh. Make a little basket weave. Keep the thigh a little bit close to your heart space. Kick your foot forward. Lift your chest. Lift your chin. It's not about extreme straight of the leg. It's about finding that little bit of tension and then releasing it. Float that heel down. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift your foot. Flex your foot. Lift your chin. Exhale to soften it down. Inhale, lift your foot. Flex your foot. Lift your chin. Exhale to soften it down. And now we're going to send that leg out. Go out nice and long, but keep a good bend in the knee and then think up and over. Reach towards the foot. It does not matter if you can reach the foot. We just get that little positive stress in the back of the leg. Take a nice big breath. All right. And then as you come back in nice and slow, take your time, step that foot in and find your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold toward your feet. Inhale to half fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand reaches back for a twist. Pause in that twist for a moment. Use your drishti, your focused gaze. Look to that hand like your eyes are trying to reach the hand. And then when you're ready, soften and release. Bring that hand towards the knee, knee to the chest, nose towards your knee. Soften nose towards the knee, but hold on to that knee. Take it and draw it in circles. Circle in one direction. Take it and draw it in circles. Go the other way. One more circle around and then re-grab the back of the thigh. Make that little basket weave. Keep the thigh a little bit close to the chest and then away we go. Lift your foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Lower your foot, lower your chin. Lift your foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Lower your foot, lower your chin. Lift your foot, flex your foot, lift your chin. Lower your foot, lower your chin, and then slide that leg out in front of you nice and long. Take that nice big breath up and over, reach toward your foot. Doesn't matter if you can touch your foot, just reach towards it and then take a breath. Come up nice and slow. Take your time. We're going to toe heel the feet out. We're going to grab our yoga block tall setting. So we're going to go wide leg forward fold, but with the yoga block as our sort of support team. So get your legs into a comfortably wide position. Bring that block in front of you and then just a slight forward fold. Let your hands find the block. Hang out there for a second. Take a breath. And now you're going to think cat cow. You're going to inhale and let your heart lift a little bit, arch your back. And then as you exhale, little gentle rounding of the back. Nothing extreme, but finding just a little bit of spinal movement in this wide leg forward fold. Inhale, get a lift of your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, a little rounding of the back. So we're getting a little spinal movement, a little bit with this forward position and the hands on the block. We're getting a little bit of tension in the serratus anterior and a little bit of movement to find just a little bit of space in the sides of the rib cage, back of the rib cage, shoulder blade connected to the rib cage area. So get that little last bit of movement. And then we're going to come up to a slightly higher position and take an abdominal vacuum. If the abdominal vacuum doesn't fly up for you, don't worry about it. And it's not for everybody. So if your blood pressure is not doing you well these days, if your blood pressure is not under control, you're going to skip the abdominal vacuum. You're not going to even try to do it at all. But you're going to come up and get a little postural work. So you're going to start to come up and then we're going to flip the fingertips so they're pointing in and you're just going to lean yourself forward. So we want to feel like there's a little slack in the front of the body. Hang out here for a second and just ask yourself, can you let your abdominal muscles be soft? Could you be here? Could you let your arms give you a little bit of support? Think hula hoop frame. Could you let the diaphragm and the belly be soft? Take a nice big breath. All right, now you're going to think 360 breaths. You're going to breathe down to the lowest point of your rib cage. Think about your rib cage like that house of your lungs. There's that nice skinny part, and then it deepens and thickens at the base in the middle. So we want to breathe wide and expansively. Think of those nice intercostal muscles between the spaces of the bones. They stretch, they lift, they open and expand with the in-breath. And then as we exhale, we soften, and there's a slight gentle recoil. So see if you can just pay attention for a moment to that 360 breath or that lateral rib cage breathing, just to find a little bit of movement into the bones of the ribs. All right, now we're going to take a moment to notice the quality of our breath. So you're going to take a nice big filling up inhalation, get a nice big 360 breath, fill the rib cage up. And then you're going to exhale, and just notice the quality of your breath as you exhale. Where does the exhale go, where it's just a soft, natural exhale and the breath goes out? And then where is that exchange point where if you pushed any more air out, it would require a little effort and require your abdominal muscles to kick in and help force the air out. So just, we want to notice that exchange point for a moment. So take a nice big 360 breath, notice the in-breath, and then notice your exhalation. When we go for that abdominal vacuum, we keep about 10% of air in the lungs. So it's not a complete full exhalation. There's no firmness. There's no work from the abdominal muscles. The diaphragm does the lift, and the inhalation muscles do exhalation work. So we have a breath hold, but it's a safe and comfortable breath hold as long as your heart is doing the right thing. So if your blood pressure is uncontrolled, skip the vacuum. All right, now take a big 360 breath. Nice, big filling up breath. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close off nose, mouth, and throat. Pinch your nose closed. Keep your mouth closed. Take a fake inhalation. Don't let any air come in, and catch a little suction and hold your breath for a moment if you can. You want to feel that hollowing coming underneath the rib cage. You want to feel a slight sense of hollowing around your throat. Once you feel it and you've caught it and you've held it just for a moment, take that in-breath release. It's like breaking a ball seal jar. You're just going to let that air come back in, and then slowly, slowly, slowly bring yourself up. Walk your feet in just a little bit closer. Take a soft and gentle twist to one side. Soften into your twist. Take a nice big breath. On an inhale, come to center, and as you exhale, softly twist to the other side. On an inhale, come to center, just moving the head up and down. As you inhale, lift your chin up towards the sky. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Take it into cat-cow. As you inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, arch your back. As you exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, tuck chin to chest. Take a few more cat-cows. Just follow your breath's rhythm. Lovely. One more cat-cow. And then when you're ready, find a neutral spine. We're going to grab our yoga block and we're going to come back. So if we can, we're going to go medium height, wide setting. Get your block placed in front of you. And then we're just going to step our feet back onto the block. And we're going to see if we can get the feet to roughly find the middle of the block again. And then you're going to come back to those windshield wipers. Think of this as the softest, gentlest version of a slight feeling of myofascial release. So mostly superficial fascia, just the surface of your feet are just getting that slight smushy roll across the block. And then if it feels really good, sit back just a little bit and let your legs do the swish and let your feet get that little gentle compression. And then if that feels really good, take a moment and just let your eyes close down. So tune in more to sensation than what your shape looks like. Notice your feet. Notice the texture of the block underneath your feet. Notice your breath. Are you holding any tension in your jaw? Can you let your jaw be just a little bit softer? One more swish of those knees from side to side. And then we're going to go into that folded position. So you're going to lift your back up. You're going to fold over your legs. You're going to let your hands touch your feet if they will. And then you're just going to find that compression again, that feeling of compressed front of the body, belly and chest. Breathe like you're trying to expand your breath into the back of your body. Take one more breath. Come up just enough so you can still stay in a slightly upright seat. We're going to take 3 cycles of the 4-part breath or box breathing. So you'll inhale for a count of 4, you'll hold breath for a count of 4, you'll exhale for a count of 4, and then you'll retain the exhalation for a count of 4. Again, if your blood pressure is not controlled these days, skip the breath hold and just do a slow count to 4, breathe in, and a slow count to 4, exhale. So if you feel good about holding breath for a minute, you do 4 count inhale, 4 count hold, 4 count exhale, 4 count hold of the exhale. So find your nice tall upright seat, let your shoulders soften, let your eyes close. So your count is going to be your count. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold breath for a count of 4 if it's safe to do so. Exhale for a count of 4. And then hold the exhalation for a count of 4 if it's safe to do so. Once you've completed 3 cycles of that box breath, sit your back into the back of your chair. Let your feet rest wherever they feel the most comfortable. So flip your block or adjust it so it feels good. Get everything where you want it to be. Get your costume set up, get your hair where you want it, and then let everything find a little soft and settling. Soft feet, soft legs, soft shoulders, soft back. Let your breath come in and out at a soft and natural pace. You always have the option to stay in your soft, restful position as long as you like. But if you want to tune in just a touch to your proprioception, you're going to start by just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just to feel that sort of aliveness to those outer edges, those peripheral edges of your body. And we're going to do a little exercise with the block. We're going to try to keep our eyes closed, or at least not look at the block directly as we do the work. So we're going to step our feet off of the block. So you're not even going to, hopefully not looking at the block, so you won't know where the block is per se, but you're going to know, because in your mind's eye, you know where that block is. And now you're going to take one foot and you're going to see if you can switch your block to the lowest setting without looking at the block and with only using your feet. And then you're going to see if you can switch your block to the medium height setting without looking at the block, just using your feet. And then you're going to see if you can switch your block to the tall setting without using your hands, without looking to the block, just using your feet. And then, like, I only mainly used one main foot. So now you're going to see if you can do it again. And if you used only one main foot, you're going to see if you can use your slightly less dominant foot. So now you're going to not look at the block. You're going to see, could you set that block back to low setting? And then using just your feet, could you set the block to the medium setting? And then just using your feet, see if you can set the block to the tall setting. And then once you've got that block on tall setting, put both feet on the ground, sit your back up nice and tall. Take a moment just to find that nice tall upright seat. Eyes still closed, shoulders down. Notice your jaw, notice your feet. And then you're going to take a little glance at your block to make sure it's still in that tall setting where you meant for it to be. And then once you've got that tall setting, stretch your legs out just a touch. Take a nice, big, yawning, reaching breath. Reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, reach towards your toes. Doesn't matter if you can touch your toes, just fold towards your feet. Take a nice, big breath. And then come out of that fold nice and slow. Take your time as you come out, and then maybe think big good morning stretch. Maybe stretch your legs out, point your toes or flex your feet and spread your fingers and take that nice big amount of space through the edges of your body. Take that big yawning, stiffening stretch. And then as you exhale, invite that little softness in and carry that softness right to your heart space, right to your belly. Invite that softness into the rest of your day. Take a nice big breath of love and gratitude towards yourself, for your mind, for your body, for all of your hard work. And I send my love and gratitude out to you. Thank you so much for joining me for practice. You guys are amazing. I bow to you. Happy Wednesday, best day of the week.